So we're getting ready to cut. We have our file loaded on our thumb drive. That spit out of Wasatch is just a number, so I went in and renamed it, which makes it easier to find the correct file from the display of the cutter. We have our film loaded. We have our origin point set, so there's a very specific measurement or starting point. It's 14 inches from this line, which is in line with the edge of the control panel. So we have our scan beam right at that point. We have our cutting tool placed right over that first registration mark. We'll go in, we'll select our file. If we need to adjust our cut speed and cut pressure, we'll do that, although it should be already ready to go. We'll select the file, hit start, and it'll start cutting. It's important to note that the reason why we want this spacing or this origin point is so that it has enough room to scan and read each one of the registration marks, which in this case are spaced 24 inches apart. So as we're cutting, I have a pro tip for you. With the blade assembly, over numerous rolls of film, it'll start to accumulate almost like a powder residue. It's basically buildup from the film coating as it's cutting, starting to come off a little bit around the edges where the cut lines are. That'll build up in the blade assembly. And so over time, you'll find that the blade may not be cutting correctly. Pro tip is to take the assembly apart, clean the blade, reinstall it, make sure to put it at the correct height, which is roughly 1 millimeter, if not half a millimeter. There's a very sweet spot. One of the things you can do to make sure you have the right height or the right depth of that blade is to just take it by hand and gently score it across a piece of film on the cutting bed. That'll tell you if you have it deep enough. You want it just barely to scratch through and not get caught as you're pulling. It'll feel very smooth, almost buttery. One of the things to keep in mind with cutting is you can either cut just for single-use application, so somebody who's using a standard manual heat press, in which case your margins can be pretty tight on the design. We're pairing this with our Columbia carousel heat press. And so one of the things that means, since that unit has built-in peeler and placer, is that we need to add a little bit of margin to accommodate the actual peeling of the film on press. So you'll notice I've added a little bit of margin, so roughly 1.5 inches on the top edge of the design, so that as the film is being placed, we have plenty of material to grab. And more importantly, as the film is being peeled, we have a leading edge for the picker to grab and peel that film off on the Columbia. This allows for smooth transfers, flawless operation, and less waste.